Cuba, it's me! Episode 35 of The Willu Show, which stands for Wrestling is Life, Life is Wrestling. Now in today's show, I want to talk about the next people from Ontario who are going to get signed to possibly NXT, Impact, Lucha Underground, Japan, Ring of Honor, wherever. But before we get into that, I just wanted to quickly address the haters, the ones who've been saying, Elian, shut the heck up, we don't want to hear what you have to say, and who is he to be the one representing Ontario? I don't feel I'm doing that. I'm just trying to support. I love wrestling, and I wanted to do a show about talking about wrestling. But there's people saying, oh, we should do a show. We could do it way better than him. And you're right. You probably could. I agree. Do it. That's the whole reason I'm doing this, is to get people talking, and so that other people will say, hey, we need to have someone better represent. And I just love wrestling. I just want to talk about it. Mostly about Ontario. I want to put the guys over, and a lot of people have been giving me grief. Like, why in some of my lists, why don't I put over more guys from BCW and Alpha One and Smash? Now, I try and talk about all the promotions, but like those big three, they already have a lot of press in the States. They already have a lot of guys that have contacts with the big groups, the big leagues and whatnot. So they don't need the rub quite as much. I'm trying to represent the smaller promotions, the guys that don't get as much press. Maybe I can help them get some press. But you know what? I just love all of Ontario, and I just want to see it doing well. And like, if you watched my episode yesterday, we need like some kind of website. We need like reporters or like a newsletter of all of Ontario covering it, so that when people type in Ontario Wrestling, it goes. And then when people do get signed, it's like a bigger thing. WWE could do like a Canada tournament or whatnot. Or if someone gets signed to NXT, it's a good look for everybody, because then they can put up on matches on YouTube, and it makes us look like more of a hotbed, more credibility. So I'm not saying that I'm the one to represent Ontario, and I never would feel like that. I am just trying to support. That's what I'm doing. So today is my list. I did a list of 10 people that I think will be the next guys from Ontario to be signed, and girls, of course. And I could have done a list of 20, but I don't want to make this too long, and I can do another list down the road that way. So first, I wanted to talk about the ladies. Now, I was gonna do a top 10 list of the best Ontario wrestling females, but you know what? I think there's only like 12 wrestlers from Ontario that are female. And like 4 of them, possibly 5 or 6 are going to get signed. So what does that say if they all get signed, especially with this WWE Women's Tournament coming up this summer? That's going to get a lot more exposure for the ladies, and it may even take away some of our talent. So it's like, oh no, that's not going to be good. But I have word that a lot of the wrestling schools in Ontario have females training in them. So it'll be great when they start breaking in, because there's going to be a lot of fresh matchups, because on a lot of the shows in Ontario, it's the same ones over and over, which is fine because these are great female wrestlers, but it's nice once in a while to see someone new in the mix too. So I just want to talk. So let's start it off. This is in no order. This isn't a top 10. This is just 10 people I think will get signed. So first I want to say Casey Spinelli. I think she can get signed. She's done a lot of trips around the world for wrestling. She's such a character. She knows how to create moments, and the fans absolutely love her. She's great on social media, and she just knows how to like make the most of a match and get like a good photo throughout the match, or like something funny or unique or something different. So I believe she's gonna go. Like, I don't think the WWE, I could be wrong, folks. I don't think the WWE has released the people that are in the women's tournament, but I truly believe she deserves to be in it. So the next person I wanted to talk about, I'm doing the females first. And I would say Kaitlyn Diamond. She has this pedigree. She does everything right. She goes to Japan, Mexico, the States, everywhere. She's still always training, always trying to get better. I know she was like this close to get signed to the last season of Tough Enough. Like, she got a call back, and she was very close. So we know that she is on WWE's radar. And it's only going to be in a couple of months to a year or two, and I could see her in NXT or on Impact or something like that. So she is my second person I'm naming. The third person I'd like to talk about is Beautiful Bia. Now, a lot of people say, well, she's only been around for a couple of years. She's not like... She still has some work to do in the ring. I don't agree. She has this connection with the fans. She's just like the girl next door. Everyone just feels like they know her, and like she reaches out to people. People can see themselves through her, and she just has something. She has like that that I can't help but notice. And I think that I could see her in NXT. I really could. And I think that she will be there. Maybe it'll take her a little bit longer than the other ones I mentioned before, but she's definitely going about it the right way. And she loves wrestling. So that automatically makes me like her. And then also, the fourth female I want to talk about is Leah Vaughn. Now, she did the one thing where she wrote the letter to get the free training like Edge, and Edge picked her. And now she's gone everywhere, like overseas, Japan, England, all these places in the States. She knows how to use social media right. She's very marketable. She even had like a tryout match in NXT. She's very nice looking. That helps too. And she knows how to like conduct it like a business. She's smart at selling merchandise and that kind of stuff. And I think that she'll be in there soon enough. I think she just got to do like another tour, learn a few more things, and then she'll be easily signed. So that's the four females I picked. Now there's one or two more that I could have put on the list, but I don't have that much time. Like Jules Malone and Lexi and Nicole, they're right there too. So if there's only 12 wrestlers that are female in Ontario, that's all I could come up with. There's probably more, and I apologize. Some people say, oh, he doesn't know his facts, and he just talks all this nonsense out of his mouth. And it's true, but I just go by what I've read and what people have told me. But the thing is, I want people to get on my case and tell me, hey, you made a mistake, and stick up for this person, and stick up for that person. This show is for the fans. So I just do the show, I talk a little bit, but then I want you guys to start talking and tell me how it really is, and then I can correct myself. But yeah, if there's only 12 females in Ontario, and I see 6 of them could be signed, that's half. Half of our females are that good that they're going to be going places, and I tell you, they will. So that's it. So let's go with the men. I got, first off, I want to say Josh Alexander. The man has it all. He was out a couple years ago, and he fought back. He came back because he must love wrestling to come back from those kind of injuries. And I heard a thing like a year ago where he could no longer travel to the States. I'm not sure if that's still in effect or not, because I know he's been like wrestling for a lot more promotions in Ontario and going out to Calgary and whatnot. But the man has it all. And I really hope if that is the case, that he can't go to the States, someone takes the chance on him, because they will not be disappointed. It gets him a work visa because he deserves it. He could do everything in the ring. He's very real and credible. And like when you look at him, you see a wrestler. And he looks and acts and conducts himself like a wrestler. Pound for pound, he's got to be one of the best in the whole world. He should be in Japan. He should be in NXT. It's a shame that he is not. But if he just keeps sticking with it, it will happen for him. A talent like that can't go unnoticed for that long. And then next on my list is Mike Rollins. He's a big, strong guy. He wrestles. He's had so many classic matches in Ontario. A lot of promotions are booking him. How has he not been in TNA or NXT is beyond me. I honestly can't believe it. But I feel he will get there soon. A lot of important names have been co-signing him. And that also helps as well. So it shouldn't take long for him to be where he deserves to be as well. The next person on my list is Ethan Page. Now he is already pretty much right there on the cuff of it, like on the bubble. Like he had a big WrestleMania weekend down in Orlando. He wrestles with a lot of big promotions in the States. He's great on the mic, which is one of the most important thing, like the charisma and stuff. See, nowadays I don't feel... I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Like, in-ring work, you can have millions of 5-star matches, and not saying he doesn't, I'm just saying you can have so many 5-star matches, but what sets you apart? I did an episode about this. What sets you apart? What makes you marketable? Like, you have to have something unique, and he definitely does, because you could do all these 5-star matches before you sign, but by the time you get signed, your body's going to give out on you because you gave everything for the indies. So save just a little bit. Only do 4-star matches, but when you need to be noticed, when it's the right time, the right place, with the right fed, right crowd, then go all out. But Ethan Page, easily going to be signed soon. So he's the next one on the list. After that, I have, what's his name? Tariq. I always get confused with this. Tariq. He even makes fun of it on social media. And he wrestles, like, almost every promotion books him. He's almost always in the main event. He's got an incredible look. He wouldn't it be great to see him with like Jinder Mahal and those guys, like in that group? Everybody praises his ring work. He works for so many promotions in Ontario, has so many great matches, and he is going places for sure, without a doubt. So yeah, I got the 4 ladies, Josh Alexander, Mike Rollins, so that's 8. The next one, Brent Banks. I've heard so many good things about this guy too. Like, when I made that list of top 15 Ontario veterans, a lot of people messaged me, but I didn't know he's been around for 15 or 20 years. I don't know. Has he? Hasn't he? So that's why I just didn't put him on the list, just because I was uneducated about him. But so many people stuck up for him, and like, he is the guy, and he's going to go places. He just wrestled in a phenomenal match last month in the 4-way, and he apparently, he always brings it. Has he ever had a bad match? As far as I know, I don't think he has. And it won't be long before he gets to the greener pastures where he deserves to be. And the last one on my list, the last person of the day, is Carter Mason, the King of the North. He calls himself the King of the North. Well, everyone's saying, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he exploded. This guy's been on the grind for a long time. He did things the right way. And now, you know what? He just is believing in himself, which he should. And it's working wonders for him. And he's just totally, like, climbing up the ladder so fast. And good for him. He deserves it. Like, and I could see him totally being in Lucha Underground or being in the Cruiserweight division or whatnot. He's got, like, this drive and passion, and that's what you need. So those are the 10 names on my list for now. I will do another list coming up. Get on my case. If you agree with me, tell me why. If you disagree with me, let me hear about it. Stick up for the people that I missed out. And I missed out on tons of people, and I know that. But I just quickly put it together because I wanted to get people talking, and I hope it does. Because this is episode 35 of The Willow Show, which stands for Wrestling is Life. Life is Wrestling. Now remember, like, or you get a leg drop. Comment, or you get a clothesline. Subscribe, or you get a suplex. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I love wrestling. Cuba!